Hello, Phosphor Dot fans. We're back once again in the arcade, because why not? And we're playing a real oddity here. This is... Gottlieb is better known for pinball, really, more than anything, up until a certain point in 1983 when they released a little game called Qbert. And then all of a sudden, with that team of people who developed Qbert and a few others, they were cranking out really good stuff like Qbert and Mad Planets and so on. This is a very early Gottlieb effort, and it's not really a Gottlieb effort because they licensed this game from a Japanese manufacturer called Sigma Enterprises. It was just, we're trying to get a toehold in the video game industry in the US, and Gottlieb was trying to do the same. They didn't want to be left out of it. And that is how you wind up with this marvelously weird little shooter called New York, New York. You must save New York from UFO. So, there seems to be no shortage of UFOs, so let's give this game a shot. Several shots, if I have anything to say about it. Kind of interesting. It's like something out of the game Carnival there. Oh, they got me. I like how the Statue of Liberty is suddenly next to the Empire State Building, and they're traveling through space, as one does. I'm not really sure how to how to parse what this game is trying to do. It's just, okay, we figured out we could... Someone in the art department figured out how to draw this pixelated line art of New York landmarks, of New York City landmarks. Let's hang a whole game on that. Okay. Super, but you only get 50 points. Oh, that was Holy Wave Motion Gun. What was that? Can I do it again? Apparently the answer is no. Okay, I've blown all these little dudes up, and I haven't even scored 3,000 points yet. I like the little weird voice synthesizer thing going, oh, whenever that spinner gadget shows up like that. Yeah, it's like the game just stubbed its toe. Oh, fantastic. That was less fantastic. I remember playing this game. They had a... I actually did play this one in an arcade. It was an arcade in Fort Smith, Arkansas called Fantasy Station that had been converted from a gas station at the corner of Greenwood, not Greenwood and Phoenix, Old Greenwood and Phoenix. Big difference, which you probably would be wondering why that's a big difference if you don't live there. Big difference, whole different parts of town between Greenwood Road and Old Greenwood Road. And it was a gas station with a garage service station attached to it, and apparently it had not been able to survive as a gas station in that location. And so the owners in their or whoever bought the building after the gas station went out of business there decided we're going to start an arcade. And so they called it Fantasy Station. my brother and I went there once, and it was... I mean, they had a few decent games, but then they had a lot of stuff like this. Just kind of oddball games that you didn't run into a whole lot and then never saw again. And it didn't last long in that location. It opened up, I'm going to say, the summer of... What year did Gyrus come out? Gyrus was 83, wasn't it? I remember they had a Gyrus machine, so it had to be the summer of 83. And they advertised heavily on the radio, and all of a sudden, it was like they were gone again. So, the problem with it was, quite frankly, Old Greenwood and Phoenix was a very busy corner. It was very hard to get in and out of the place. I mean, there was a little bit of parking there, not a whole lot, but then getting back out into the flow of traffic was a nightmare. And I think that's why nothing really particularly survived there. Of course, now that corner has been... where that gas station / arcade building was has since been obliterated, and both roads have been widened, and that's right next to the Target store in Fort Smith, Arkansas. So it's... I mean, you talked about a location that really doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, people drive through where that building used to be all the time. I like the big explosion. It's very satisfying. I still don't know why this carnival shooting gallery thing will just suddenly appear in the middle of a UFO attack, but hey, I'm willing to roll with it. I'm also willing to explode. Wow, didn't even achieve my first score. So there you have it, Gottlieb's New York, New York, imported from Japan's very own Sigma Enterprises, 1980. So yeah, this place, this arcade was opening up with, all the latest games, and 1980. So Fort Smith was a very weird place for arcades to try to survive, and yet those are the arcades I grew up in, and this is one of those games that I grew up playing. Thanks for watching.